everybody, and welcome to another fun-filled and anger-inducing episode of Rants, the video series where I stand upon my metaphorical soapbox pedestal of the world and I pitch a complaint about things that annoy me, piss me off, bother me, and drive me just a bit more insane than they possibly should, but still I have my reasons for being pissed off, god damn it! And today, look, today's going to be a very special-ish one because I'm sick and tired of this right now, okay? Now, as many of you know, the COVID pandemic completely threw a gigantic monkey wrench in 90% of the things that we do and take for granted in life. And this is not a COVID rant. I am not going to do one of those. Am I happy things were uprooted? Not entirely. Am I happy I don't got to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to be at work by 4? You bet your sweet ass. Am I happy that I don't have a lot of money? No. Am I happy that I don't have to worry about getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning and being half asleep driving to work on dark alleyways? You bet your sweet ass. You see how this works? But anyway, I'm not here to argue and complain about me. I know a lot of people's lives have been uprooted and upended, and monkey wrenches have been thrown asunder. I get that. Believe me, you have my utmost heartfelt sympathy. However, my sympathy has its limits, and they've been reached on one particular subject. And this is one that I seem to be seeing commercials for, and it's now officially at the point where it's pissed me off. Now, I know a lot of you high school seniors out there were looking forward to your graduation. Take it from somebody who has been out of school for a good almost 13 years. As of the time of this recording, because I graduated in June of 2007. So I am just a little shy as of this recording of, 13 years exactly. So please bear with me when I say the following. Get the fuck over it! Look, I understand you're not exactly pleased with the fact that you can't have a proper graduation, as you put it, but this heartfelt bullshit that I was seeing on YouTube was one last straw. And I was watching some Shark Tank episodes to catch up on what was left of the 11th season, since they had some that were put up, and I kind of wanted to watch them, and I finished Leverage, so it was the next best thing to do. So I thought, yeah, let's do this. And because I watch it on the ABC app, they do have commercials, which is fine by me. I'm fine with a streaming service that has commercials if I can watch the show for free. I have no issue whatsoever with that. This, however, I have an issue with. So apparently, and I'm recording this on the 30th, so on June 6th, the class of 2020 is going to be getting a virtual graduation courtesy of YouTube. And first off, I have no issue, and I want to stress this. Okay, I want to stress this before I go any further into this video. I have no issue with them having a virtual graduation. In fact, that's going to be my one point in this, is that this is a first for all of them. They are literally getting a really special treatment here with this. And I have no issue with that at all, because they're still graduating. They're getting something special out of this. The class of 2020 has gotten a lot of special stuff because of what has transpired to prevent them from having an actual graduation or an old-fashioned one. They are getting a lot more impressive things. I know that there's a couple high schools in the state that I live in that were doing some special stuff. There were some that were getting a graduation that was literally going to be taking place on a racetrack. The one NASCAR track, I think it was in the Poconos, actually was going to allow them to drive on the racetrack to get their graduation. That was their graduation. You cannot tell me that that is not kick-ass. My graduation, we stood in a line, we got to get up in rows, we practiced it once, because my class piss-whipped right through it, perfect, first shot, didn't have to do it again. I'm not even joking. We had practice on, I think I graduated on the 7th, if I remember right. On the 6th, we did practice, and boom, we were done. We were done like frickin' dinner. And it's like, oh yeah, this is cool, this is great. So we had it done easily. We just got up, stood in the rows that we were sitting in, walked onto the stage, they said our name, we got handed a piece of paper that was not technically our diploma. We had to go inside for that. And then we basically had our we graduated. That was it. That was the end of it. Well, I think we had to go inside. I'm almost sure we had to, because I kind of remember having to go inside, because I don't think they were going to give it to us out there. But then again, maybe they did, and I just don't remember. But either way, you got your damn diploma. That was the whole graduation thing. There's no massive hoopla. There's a bunch of boring-ass speeches. Your teachers will come up and give a heartfeltish speech about how excited they were for you. At least some of them will, not all of them. And, yeah, you have your friends and family there. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, it is nothing more than an over-glorified ceremony. Just basically saying that, look, you've completed 12 years of a prison sentence. 13 if you went to kindergarten and it wasn't part of, like, a preschool or something. So you either got, like, 12 to 13 years that you've completed of a prison sentence that you were mandated to take. Congratulations on passing. You didn't go crazy. You didn't have to get thrown out. You managed to succeed. I have no respect when it comes to schools. I'm sorry. None. I always thought of school as nothing more than an overglorified prison. I had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to be at school because homeroom started at like 7:45. We had to be in like classes homeroom started like 7:45. Like 5 minutes to 8 was our first class. So, yeah, excuse me if I have no respect for the school system. I'm sorry, none. You keep my ass there till 3 o'clock. Oh, sorry. Well, in elementary school, I had to be there by 9. 9 o'clock was when school started in elementary school. That was great. I still had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so that I'd be awake. Then I'm basically miserable, bored, and I don't want to go. Then come middle school, it's, oh, no, you got to be there by 7:30 because you have to be, you leave the holding area where they drag all the unruly inmates for the day, basically, is what we were in the large sense of the words. And you basically, here's, 7:25. Oh, no, now you can go to your classrooms. Now you can go to your homerooms to get ready for the day. And like 7:45, homeroom would start. And then by 5 minutes of 8, we're in our first class already. And I'm like, this is great. I hate school. High school wasn't any better. So you basically, when you graduate, you get this massive diploma. You get this piece of paper that says that I got paroled from this nightmare of a hell. This is like the 5th ring of hell, and I managed to escape it. I managed to survive and not go crazy. And I just do not understand half of the stuff in that video from some of these kids that are graduating this season. I saw an ad for this upcoming YouTube graduation thing, which, like I said, I have no issue with it. I want to stress that again. I have no issue with this. So please don't come at me, YouTube, on this. I'm not doing any hate on that. I think that's a really cool idea. Don't get me wrong. Because they're getting their graduation shared with the world. That is a first, okay? The class of 2020 is getting a major advancement that has never been done before, except for like maybe colleges and universities, but not at a high school level. At least not to the best of my knowledge, okay? This is huge, okay? Huge. And a lot of those kids in that commercial, the ad for it, are complaining because it's not an actual graduation. It's not an old school graduation. Are you fucking me? Are you kidding me? You're getting a graduation where they're basically going to be saluting the class of 2020. They're giving you a virtual-ish graduation here. You guys are getting something that I know, honestly, I would have loved to have had that in place of, here, let's stand here at this spot, they'll say your name, you walk across, wave to the audience, and get your piece of paper, and then leave. Oh, I would have loved a nice little digital graduation. I get to say a nice couple words, and yeah, all right, and I'm gone. No, I had to sit through three speeches from the 2 lower-tier upperclassmen that scored really high, and my best friend who was the valedictorian. Yes, that's right. My best friend in high school was the valedictorian. I was not. I was pretty dumb. Then again, I flew under the radar in high school because I hated school. But this advertisement that I saw pisses me off. And I apologize if you hear my fan. It's a little warm in my room. But this annoys the living shit out of me. So the advertisement, the ad for this, you have a bunch of kids going, I shouldn't silly say kids, but then again, they're younger than I am, damn it. Okay, my generation's called millennials, okay? We have been picked on, made fun of, and mocked. Here's a news flash. I kind of did a little bit of Andrew math here. Let me borrow a phrase from Pat Contry. I did some Andrew math. He usually says Pat math, but my name isn't Pat. I did some Andrew math here, and if I figured it out correctly, and if the correct universal alignment tool works, for them to be graduating in the year 2020, estimating a good 12 years, they would have had to have started school in 2002. Therefore, they would have had to have been at least 5 years old. Since I'm going off of the baseline for the elementary school that I went to, you had to be 5 years old in order to go to class. Seriously, that was the huge thing. My mom wanted to hold me back a year because they said that because of my height, I should go in. My mom wasn't too thrilled with the idea, but you know how my thoughts are on school. So, by that concept, subtract 5 years. You're looking at them being at least born in 1997. Okay? If not 1996 and held back a year. So, at least 1997, we're talking the birth date. That falls under the genre of fucking millennials, if I remember the generational thing correctly. So, let's get this straight here. My generation is picked on for being a bunch of lazy, whining bastards that only want stuff handed to us on a silver platter. And here's an advertisement that within the first couple seconds of it shows me a bunch of kids that are complaining because they're not going to get the same stuff that every other high schooler got. Okay. Like I said, I have no disrespect for this entire ordeal that they're going through. Believe me, you have my unfelt sympathy. But here's the thing. My sympathy has this breaking point. And that advertisement reached the breaking point. YouTube has had some really screwy ads and some screwy videos that they've put up to advertise stuff. I mean, let's look at their really crappy YouTube year in review or year rewind or whatever the hell that was that time that everybody hated it. So you have that. Okay. So you're upset because you're not getting the same graduation that the class before you got and the class before them got and so on and so forth ad infinitum since the dawn of fucking time. Whereas the class of 2020 is getting virtual graduations or special graduations like having it in a ballpark that's being televised locally on TV in one place, I remember reading. A race car track. Some other places. Unique stadiums, unique venues that they're getting, and you're not happy about this? My class had to do it outside in the heat, dealing with stupid speeches, idiotic comments, and you're not happy because you're doing it online and it's not a traditional one like the ones before you? Oh, this was supposed to be our year. Morons, it is still your year! You are the class of 2020. You are technically the class that had to deal with adversity because of the coronavirus. You had to deal with all of this crap happening around you. And you've come out of it on top, graduating with that diploma in your hand that says, suck it, I still succeeded. And you're throwing a bitch fit? Because you're not going to get that last and final goodbye. So many goodbyes that were left unsaid. I'm not going to get a proper graduation. You're still graduating! What the hell does it matter how you get that diploma? It's basically a pardon that says, I survived 12 to 13 fucking years in this nightmare prison that I was forced to come to day in and day out, 5 days a week, possibly 6 if I misbehaved during the week and got Saturday detention, and I survived! And you have the audacity to look a beautiful thing in the face by making comments like, this isn't gonna be how it should have been, this isn't how I wanted it to go. Really? You're getting a unique experience. The first that I, at least to the best of my knowledge, know of for high school students. You're getting a virtual graduation that is going to be shared by celebrities around the fucking planet. Okay? This goes far beyond your small little town or your city. You're getting it shared amongst the world because it's on YouTube, jackasses, and you're pissed off about this? Seriously? You've got to be kidding me. I would have killed for that in school. I would have loved to have that. Oh, here, I don't have to worry about dragging my family to the freaking school grounds and having to worry about seats. No, I can just sit at home. They can hook up a camera or just, here, submit a video and we put it up and that's that. Hey, I like that idea. Why can't we have that idea? No, because my class graduated 13 years ago, and we didn't have this issue. Your class has extenuating circumstances that are preventing the, as you put it, traditional graduation, which personally can suck me and blow me, and you're pissing and moaning because you're not getting that, which everybody else had before you. You're getting something special. And they say my generation's the millennials that are whiny, bitchy little babies. I'm looking at this commercial thinking, no, we're not the whiny, bitchy babies in this one. That's just not us. I am 30 years old. If I am looking at the people that are younger than I am, and some of those are like, oh my God, you're still graduating. There's so many goodbyes that were left unsaid. I guarantee you. Okay, let me strike something here for you. All right, let's blow your minds here for a moment. There's a thing called social fucking media. I guarantee you, every single one of those high schoolers is somehow connected to the goddamn internet. Okay, if not, they have a cell phone. Either it be a low-grade version like mine or a smartphone, and I guarantee you. Somehow, someway, in the universe, by all that is holy, they are on some type of social media. Either it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, whatever other social media sites there are out there. I mean, I'm 30 years old. I'm already ancient as far as they're concerned. I'm grandpa here. All right? Yeah. Here, listen to the ramblings of grandpa here, kids. All right? I think that you're getting something special. You're getting a unique opportunity, and you're looking this like a gift horse in the mouth, and you're going, but I don't want this. Are you fucking me? People are bending over backwards to give you little bastards a graduation. They are bending over backwards to make you feel special. And this is how you thank them? By making comments like that? I don't care if it was supposed to generate a point. That pisses me off. Alright? I know you're upset that you couldn't go back to school. There's a group of people that do not like school. There are some that do. Alright? And I will agree with that one comic I saw years ago that the lobotomy scars are hidden very well by the bangs. I will agree to that because nobody likes school. There cannot be a single person that likes school. Oh, sure, I got into a debate once with somebody because at that point I actually did have a friend and I actually won the debate against her. Barely, mind you, but I won the debate before it basically had to be stopped because I was winning and she was getting pissed. It is truly sad when I think of the class of 2020, not as the class that is getting the really special treatment, the class that, because I'm never a fan of special treatment, but this I think is very nice. They're getting something that has never been done before. They are having people are bending over backwards to make sure that they have a graduation that they can share in this moment. Not everybody likes graduation, but you're getting a chance to enjoy this moment. And all I see is, I really wanted an actual graduation, walking across in a cap and gown, getting my diploma, hugging my friends, saying goodbye. You're all on social media. You all have email addresses. I'm fucking sure of it. You all have access to the internet. I doubt highly that this is going to be goodbye. At least not for a year, maybe 3. Okay? And you got high school reunions and all that other fun stuff. But for God's sake, shut the hell up already! You're getting a graduation. You're getting a very special graduation. One that you should honestly be fucking proud of. And you honestly think that you have it worse than anybody else. Let's just all bust out our small violins and have a pity party for you, right? Let's just all start giving you the pity party. All right, who wants to start the party of the pity party for the class of 2020? You guys are getting a graduation, all right? That's what's pissing me off about this. You people seem very ungrateful for what a lot of people are doing. They could have easily just mailed you your diploma, said, that's it, have a nice life. It was a pleasure teaching you for the last how many fucking years. But they're not doing that. They are giving you something special. And you're looking at this. There's a good chunk of them that are looking at this, including parents of these people, of these kids, that are looking at this like, well, it's not a traditional graduation. They should be able to walk across that stage, and they should be able to say, I graduated the right way. To which I again ask, what does it fucking matter how you get that parole? How you get that pardon? How the hell does it matter how you get that piece of paper or cardstockish type feeling that it has that states, and I quote, you have graduated from high school by completing the courses laid out in front of you? Explain that to me, please. Somebody explain that to me. How in the hell does that make it not so great? The class of 2020 is getting a lot of special graduations. A lot of them. And people are shitting upon it. And it pisses me off. Next time something like this happens, and it probably will somewhere down the road, like years from now, I hope the next graduating class that'll end up having to do this doesn't get the special treatment. Then the class of 2020 can look at that and go, oh, well, we got that. How come they didn't? Because your class up and ruined it for everybody else, you little bastards. All right? I mean no disrespect either. Like I said, I feel for your situation. You have my utmost sympathy. But there's a part where my sympathy just can't take it anymore. And I've reached that point. All right? I flat out reached that point. Because in all honesty, like I said, I felt sorry for you. I really did. It's a shame you weren't able to finish the school year, but here's the newsflash. I was never a fan of school. Okay? I hated it with a passion. I always felt of it like a prison. I still do. I still feel that way. I feel like school is a prison. Okay? If you like school, that's fine. I have no beef with that. To each their own. But there's a point when you have to realize that, look, I know you're not getting it the way you want, but that doesn't mean you get the right to throw a bitch fit and act like a prima donna. Okay? Because there are a lot of people bending over backwards, and I mean bending over backwards to see the class of 2020 graduate. To get a graduation, to get the feeling of satisfaction, and the way that they seem to be getting treated because of it is appalling to me. Full on appalling. And that's where I stand on this. I mean no disrespect, and like I said, I mean no disrespect either to YouTube's great idea that they're doing. I think that really is cool, that they're getting a graduation thing next week. I think that's really cool, which will be the 6th for, this is recorded on the 30th of May, by the way. So, yeah, I think that's cool. What I don't think is cool is the fact that there are members of this class that are treating this like they want a pity party instead of an actual graduation. That's where I draw the fucking line. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Are you thrilled with the class of 2020 getting an actual graduation like this? Or do you think they should have had an old school graduation? You know, if they would have had the ability to have one. That's all the further I want to go with that. But hey, you know, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been Andrew Rants.